Hey, if you're looking to start a private school and you need a set of financial projections because maybe you're trying to get a loan from a bank or raise money from investors or donors and they have asked you for a set of financial projections, then you've come to the right place because we have created a financial projection template built specifically for private schools. And I'm going to walk you through the template, show you how to fill it out, some of the cool features that we have built into the model that will allow you to produce a set of 5-year financial pro forma projections for your private school. Now, this could work for a private elementary school, preschool, high school. It could work for a Montessori or even like a small private college or training program, industry training program. So lots of different potential schools or training programs that this could work for. But what I'm going to be focused on today is kind of giving you an example of a preschool and an elementary school, a private preschool and elementary school, and show you how to fill that out. Now, before I get too far into it, my name is Adam Huxema. I'm the co-founder of ProjectionHub, and we've helped over the last decade about 50,000 entrepreneurs create financial projections for different businesses, all sorts of different industries, primarily for investors and lenders. And so today we're focused specifically on this private school template. And if you stick around to the end of the video, as a thank you for sticking around and listening to me, I'm going to give you access to a coupon code so you can get a discount on this template. Also, the template, you'll be able to find a link to the template in the description of the video below. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the model. Okay, so I'm starting on the at a glance tab. This is kind of the end of the process. So after we've got all of our assumptions entered in, you'll be able to get some nice charts and graphs and tables that will be able to be put into a business plan or a pitch deck. You'll also get a 5-year income statement summary, 5-year cash flow summary, 5-year balance sheet, all by year. And then an income statement, cash flow, and balance sheet, all broken down by month. So you get that monthly level detail as well. Now, in order to produce all these reports, we have a little bit of work. So we're going to start on our input assumptions tab. The first thing you need to know about all of the input tabs is that any of the cells that are highlighted in blue are assumptions that you can change without breaking anything in the model. So we're going to say we've got a private school starting in January of 2023. That's when the projection or when the model is going to start, is January 2023. We're assuming that we're going to put in $50,000 of personal investment. We're going to have $250,000 of remodeling or leasehold improvements that we're going to do, $50,000 each for furniture and fixtures, kitchen equipment, and computers, and then $10,000 for a security system. And then we're assuming that we're going to take out a $600,000 loan here at 8% interest paid back over 10 years. Now we'll jump over to our input revenue tab. Now, for a private school, there are a lot of different kind of potential payment arrangements that can really impact your cash flow. And it's important to get that level of detail. We wanted to make this as realistic as possible for you. And so we have built in the ability for you to kind of consider offering monthly payments for tuition, semester-based payments, or annual payments, and the ability to have different price points, because you might want to give a discount if someone pays a semester up front or the whole year up front. So we've given you that flexibility in the model. I'm going to walk you through how to fill that out now. So to start with, we're going to put in our different revenue categories. So we're saying, hey, we have a preschool and an elementary school. This is where we can set an increase in tuition, an estimated annual increase in tuition and supplies costs. Okay, so down here is where we're going to be able to put in some different important timing of when the school year starts and when different payments will hit and that sort of thing. So first we're going to say the first calendar month of the school year is month 8, which would be August, right? The 8th month of the year. And then the last calendar month of the school year would be month 5, which is May. So we're then saying, based on those assumptions, that we'll have 10 months of school. Now, for those that are paying monthly, so those students or parents that are paying monthly, their monthly payments will need to start on month 8, and they will go through month 5. So basically what this is saying is, hey, they're going to make 10 monthly payments. For those that are paying based on the semester or by the semester, the first semester payment will be due on month 8 in August. The second semester payment will be due in month 2 or February. And then those that are paying annually will be due in month 8 at the beginning of the school year. Then you also have the ability to add book and supply revenue on a per semester or payment upfront if you are charging an additional fee for books and supplies. You could also just add that into the price of tuition. All right, so we've got our preschool and our elementary. We're saying that both of these programs are starting in month 8, so August. We've selected the preschool category, and we're saying that the average students in the preschool, that there's 25 students in the preschool and 100 students in the elementary school. And the months to reach that average student level. So basically this is how long does it take after after month 8, after the school year starts, how long does it take to reach 25 and to reach 100? So if you're saying, hey, we're fully enrolled right when we start, then just say month 1. If you think, hey, it's going to take us a little time to get our preschool up to 25, then you could put 3 months or 6 months for that kind of buildup of time to reach that level. Now here we're going to ask what percentage of students are paying monthly. And we're saying 20% are paying monthly. They're paying $1,400 a month. 50% of students are paying each semester. And so that's $6,500. And then the remaining 30% are paying an annual rate of $12,000. So you can see if you pay by the semester, it ends up being $13,000 for the year versus $12,000 if you pay annually. So you could get a discount. So that's the idea there. Now here we need to put in the number of students per one instructor that we should expect to have. So I'm going to actually change this to 20 since we have, for the elementary school, we have 100 students. If we have 20 in each class, we can have 5 classes. So we'll say 20 students per one instructor and 15 for the preschool. And if we have 25 students, but only 15, that means we're going to, 15 per teacher, means we're either going to have 2 separate classes with 1 teacher each, or 2 teachers in 1 class of 25. And then here's where if you are going to charge an additional fee for books or supplies, you can charge here like a $250 book fee. And then this is what it would cost you for the book. So maybe the school is buying the books for $150, charging the student $250. So there's a little bit of margin in there. Okay, so that is our input for all of our school programming revenue. Now we have the ability down here to add one more section, basically, and what I've entered in here is a summer camp. So we've got a summer camp starting in month 6 for the elementary school with 150 students, and we can see that they are going to pay 100% are all going to pay basically all at once. So they're going to pay $1,000 for the summer all at once in month 6. All right, so there's our 2 revenue options. Now coming over to our operating expenses. So you'll be able to put in different expense categories up here, and then you can put the specific expenses down here and select the category from the dropdown. Now the cool thing about this is that what we're going to do is we're going to enter in the expected monthly expenses for a whole year as if we were operating the entire year, right? But we know that, hey, in the first year, class doesn't start till August. So what we can do is say, hey, we're not going to actually start paying for utilities until month 6 and insurance until month 6. And then for food, well, we're not going to have to feed the kids because there's no kids to feed yet until school starts in month 8. We're not going to have to clean the building because there's nobody in the building yet. And so month 8 for cleaning. So we can set when these different expenses are going to start in the first year. This is basically the start for the first year, but then we know in future years, in year 2 and forward, you will have those regular monthly expenses kind of once you're in the full swing of things. So you'll want to, again, enter in the expenses as if you were operating for the full year, and then use this little line over here to say in that first year, when should those expenses get started? And then the last thing to mention over here is that you can increase these expenses annually or decrease if you want to decrease them by percentage, put in a positive or a negative percentage to increase or decrease. Now we have the ability to add a couple other what we're calling scaling expenses. So let's just say that you just kind of have a catch-all of other general and admin expenses that is a percentage of revenue, and you want to set it at 4% of revenue, just as your kind of miscellaneous expenses. And so we can select percent of revenue from the drop-down. Now let's also say that we think we're going to have other, maybe classroom supplies might not make as much sense. I'm going to get rid of that, but we will probably have office supplies. So let's say we have office supplies, and those kind of increase based on the number of staff that we have. And so the amount of office supplies that we need. So this is selected as per FTE or per full-time equivalent employee. We expect to spend $150 a month for office supplies. All right, so there's your expenses other than our salaries. So this is our last input tab, so we're almost there. Now this is another kind of complicated thing about a school, is that sometimes schools will have the ability or give their teachers the ability to get paid in different ways. So you could get paid your salary evenly over all 12 months, or you could get paid just for the months that the school year's in session. So get a higher monthly amount each month, but then not get paid like during the summer, for example. You might also have, other staff, like kitchen staff may not get paid at all during the summer because there's no food to provide for the students. So we've got these kind of different options up here. The payment period, 12 months, school year only, and summer only. And so what you need to do is just put in an X when you want them to get paid. So for the school year only, we're saying they're going to get paid January through May, not going to get paid because there's no X here, so not going to get paid in June and July, and then they'll start getting paid again August through December. And the summer only staff for the summer camp, for example, only get paid in June and July. All right, so now we can enter in our different employees. So these are kind of our administrative employees. We've got principals, assistant principal, front desk, guidance counselor, HR, librarian, some specialty teachers, classroom assistants, summer custodians, summer camp staff. Got all of those assumptions. Now we can say what month they're going to get started. So maybe, school doesn't start till month 8, so maybe we don't want to start paying anybody until month 6, right? And so we have these set up as to start in month 6. And then we have our classroom instructors as well. So we've entered in 3 instructors here with their different payment periods. So we've got, instructor 1 wants to be paid evenly over 12 months. Instructor 2 said, no, just pay me just during the school year. I don't need paid during the summer months, right? They start in month 8, and we've got 1 of each of those employees. Now we, in the model, we have added 3 instructors, but based on our input revenue tab over here, where we have said how many students per 1 instructor can we have. So based on the information we have in here, we say, okay, we have 25 in the preschool, and we need 1 instructor per 15. So that means we need 2 for the preschool. And then we have 100 students enrolled in elementary, and we need 1 instructor per 20. So we need 5 elementary instructors and 2 preschool. But we've only entered in 3 instructors here. So the model is going to be smart, and it's going to catch that. And what it's going to do down here is it is going to say total classroom instructors needed. It's going to say 7, all right? So it's saying the 5 and the 2 that we had just outlined. It says we need 7, but we only entered 3. So then it's going to automatically add 4 general instructors that are going to be included in the calculation. And where does it get that from? Right here. It's a general instructor paid in the school year only. They're paid $45,000. So you can set those assumptions, but basically the model is going to automatically figure out how many teachers do you need, and you can enter in your specific teachers if you want, but the model is going to be smart for you. And so if you don't enter in enough teachers, it's automatically going to enter in additional teachers to make sure you have enough to meet your ratios. All right, so that is the model. That brings us back to our profit and loss at a glance, and we can see, you'll notice if you fill it out the way we have, the first year your revenue is going to be a lot lower because you only have 1 semester. You start in August, and then it should effectively double in the second year because you'll have 2 full semesters. So that's kind of what we see, and then it levels out from there with smaller increases over time. So that's the model. Thank you for sticking around. I know there's a lot here. As promised, if you go into the description of the video below, there'll be a link to a form. You can fill out that form, and we will email you our most up-to-date coupon code, and then you'll be able to use that coupon code when you check out and get a discount for the models. So thank you for sticking around and listening to all this. So if you have any questions at all, this is one of our more complicated models, but I think it's really flexible and powerful for a school that's getting started. So feel free to reach out to us, support@ProjectionHub.com, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.